Look, I've been in plenty of fancy conference rooms over the years, but I'll never forget the moment I reached across that table and Rebecca Coleman looked at my hand like it was contaminated with something nasty. She glanced at the military challenge coin I'd placed on the table next to my folder, then back at my outstretched hand, and gave this smile that said she wanted everyone else to join her little joke. "We don't shake hands with outside consultants," she announced, loud enough for the whole room to hear. "Here's the thing. I'm Ryan Patterson, 48 years old, and I've been managing pension fund investments for over 20 years now. Before that, I spent 6 years in the Navy, where I learned what real leadership looks like. And let me tell you something. In both places, a handshake means something. It's not just politeness, it's respect between professionals." But Rebecca Coleman saw a guy in a simple gray suit carrying a challenge coin from the USS Hampton, and she decided I didn't belong at her table. The reaction was instant. Chuckles rippled around the room. Someone covered a grin with a cough. That little red light on the live stream camera in the corner kept blinking, recording every second of this mess. I didn't pull my hand back right away. No way. For a second there, Rebecca looked annoyed that I hadn't gotten her message. Her eyes went from my fingers to my face like she was checking whether I understood the pecking order she'd just announced to everyone. Kevin Morrison, the guy they wanted to make CEO, shifted around in his seat and glanced at her, then down at his papers. He said nothing. Nobody corrected her. I lowered my hand when I was good and ready, then took the empty seat they'd pointed me toward. You know how laughter hangs in the air sometimes? This was like that, except now it felt awkward, stretched thin by the quiet that followed. "Let's begin," Rebecca said, already turning toward the presentation screen like nothing had happened. "Here's where things got interesting." I waited until the first slide popped up. "There's one thing you should know before you continue with this meeting." Her head turned slowly, like she couldn't believe I was still talking. "If you're going to refuse to shake my hand," I said, keeping my voice level, "then by tomorrow morning, $1.2 billion will no longer be part of this deal." Dead silence. Then someone scoffed. Another laugh broke out, louder this time, like they could make the awkwardness disappear with volume. "That's enough," Rebecca snapped. "Just sit down and let us handle the business." "I already am sitting down," I replied. "You want to know something? That challenge coin on the table wasn't just for show. My commanding officer on the Hampton, Captain Rodriguez, gave me that coin after we handled a situation in the Persian Gulf. Crew was getting sloppy, discipline was falling apart. Rodriguez pulled me aside and said, 'Patterson, respect isn't something you negotiate. You demonstrate it through your actions, and you demand it through your standards. The moment you let someone treat you like you don't matter, you've told them they're right.'" I never forgot that. And sitting in that conference room, watching these people laugh at me like I was some nobody they could dismiss, I remembered exactly why that lesson mattered. The meeting kept going. Slides advanced, voices filled the room with projections, timelines, all these confident assumptions about money they thought was already theirs. Nobody looked in my direction. I listened. I watched who laughed first, who avoided eye contact, who stayed quiet when Rebecca announced a short break. People stood up quick, probably relieved to escape whatever tension they pretended not to feel. I stayed put for a moment. That challenge coin caught the light from the window. USS Hampton. Deployment 2001 to 2002. Some lessons you just don't forget, you know? When everyone came back, Rebecca tapped the table once. "We're running behind schedule. Let's keep any commentary limited to the key people in this room." Her eyes didn't even land on me when she said it. Jordan Davis, one of the board members, leaned toward Jessica Martinez sitting next to him. "Is he actually staying for the whole thing?" he whispered, not nearly quiet enough to be polite. Another voice chimed in, softer but meaner. "Probably just here to check boxes. You know how it is with these corporate oversight things." I kept looking straight ahead. Kevin Morrison cleared his throat. "Maybe we should start with those revised projections Brian had ready." "Absolutely," Rebecca replied. "Brian, let's see what you've got." Brian Walsh, the finance director, started clicking through his slides. Numbers filled the screen. Everyone talked like I wasn't even there. "These assumptions feel pretty optimistic to me," one board member said. "They're aggressive, not optimistic," another one corrected. "Big difference. That's exactly why we brought in the outside capital," Amanda Roberts added from across the table. Someone actually laughed at that. "Hey, if they don't like our terms, they can always walk away, right?" Rebecca smiled at that comment. "They won't walk. They need this deal more than we do." And that's when I knew these people had no idea who they were dealing with. None whatsoever. I shifted that challenge coin just a little bit on the table. Small movement, but it caught Mark Thompson's eye. He's the CFO, by the way. You can put that away, Rebecca said without even looking at me directly. It's distracting everyone. I'll keep it right here, I replied. Her head turned. That wasn't a suggestion. It was given to me by my commanding officer in the Navy. It stays on the table. You could feel the room pause for a second. Several people actually looked up from their papers. Kevin Morrison watched this little exchange, then looked away again real quick. Look, Rebecca said, we're not here to debate personal items. We're here to finalize the transaction structure. Structure requires authority, I said back. That got a few more looks. She folded her hands together. And who exactly are you representing here, Mr. Patterson? And I represent the pension funds. Brief silence. Not confusion, more like dismissal. That's being handled by our internal team, she said. Thanks for coming, but we've got this covered. Here's where things started getting interesting. Brian Walsh glanced at me, hesitated like he wanted to say something, then spoke up. Actually, we still haven't confirmed final sign-off authority on the fund commitments. Legal will handle all that paperwork, Rebecca snapped. Let's move on to the real issues. But Brian wasn't backing down. It's not paperwork. Not at this level. Rebecca's eyes narrowed. We've reviewed this transaction structure for months, Brian. He glanced at me real quick. Just a flicker. Then back to her. The final release requires direct confirmation from the fund controller. Now she followed his look, and I could see the irritation building. From our legal team. From the pension fund controller, Brian corrected. The whole room shifted. Chairs creaked. Pens stopped moving. I met her stare straight on. That would be me, I said. She studied my face for a long moment like she was searching for some crack in my story she could exploit. You're claiming you control the pension funds? I'm telling you I'm the senior managing director authorized to deploy them. All of them. Scott Williams, one of the board members, actually scoffed out loud. You? That's right. Kevin Morrison finally leaned forward. Exactly how much authority are we talking about here? All of it. The pension funds account for the largest chunk of this merger. Without them, the rest of your commitments can't proceed. Nobody said anything for a moment. Then I continued. See, these funds represent the retirement security of teachers, police officers, and firefighters across 3 states. I don't take that responsibility lightly. That's not what we were told when we set this meeting up, Rebecca said. That's because nobody asked, I replied. Her lips pressed together into a thin line. And you felt the need to oversee this personally? I insisted on it. Why? Here's the thing. In the Navy, we had this saying about accountability. You don't send someone else to do what you should be doing yourself when lives are on the line. Because the last major deal I delegated went sideways due to misrepresentation. When you're dealing with the retirement money of 50,000 working people, you show up in person. Another pause. Different kind this time. Brian nodded once. He's listed as sole signatory on all 3 state pension funds. Rebecca's voice got colder. This meeting is about final alignment, not getting acquainted. Final alignment requires having the person who can actually authorize the funds, I said, or refuse them. Jordan Davis cleared his throat. So this isn't just ceremonial. It never was ceremonial. Rebecca straightened up in her chair. Then perhaps we should restart this conversation properly. We can, I said, if you want to. She hesitated, just for a second, but I caught it. Look, I'd been invited into that room to decide whether $1.2 billion would move forward or not. I agreed to come in person because accountability matters to me. Because the men and women whose retirements depend on these decisions deserve someone who'll look these corporate types in the eye before committing their money. But they hadn't seen that. They saw a consultant they could blow off. They saw someone to dismiss and laugh at. They saw what they expected to see. I watched them all recalibrate, one face at a time. Rebecca found her rhythm again pretty quick. Now that everyone's roles are clear, she said, we can proceed more effectively. But Brian wasn't done. He hesitated, then said, there is one provision we need to acknowledge before we go any further. She didn't even look at him. We've acknowledged everything that's necessary. He tapped the thick folder in front of him. The conduct clause. Rebecca's eyes came up fast. That language was standard boilerplate. Actually, it wasn't, Brian replied. It was specifically revised for this transaction. I didn't say anything. Sometimes it's better to let the room figure things out on its own. Jessica Martinez started flipping through her papers. Here it is. Kevin Morrison leaned over to read. What exactly does it say? It ties fund deployment to professional conduct standards during negotiations, Brian explained. And any documented behavior that materially undermines fiduciary trust allows for immediate withdrawal of all commitments. Amanda Roberts kept reading ahead. Without penalty clauses or notice periods. Rebecca let out this sharp breath. That's theoretical language. A legal safeguard that'll never be used. It's operational language, I said quietly. She turned to look at me. Our legal team approved that language. Your legal team drafted it at my specific request. Beat of silence. You were concerned about conduct issues? She asked. I was concerned about ensuring respect for the fiduciary process. These funds belong to working people. They deserve to be treated with dignity. Scott Williams glanced up toward the camera mounted near the ceiling. This whole meeting is being recorded, right? For transparency, Rebecca said, but her voice had changed. Yes, I agreed, for complete transparency. And that's when I saw it in her eyes. The exact moment she realized this wasn't going to go the way she'd planned. Brian adjusted his glasses and kept reading from that folder. The provision doesn't require intent, just documented impact on fiduciary trust. Mark Thompson, the CFO, added, and we have documentation protocols for all recorded meetings. Rebecca slammed her folder shut. This is becoming a distraction from the core business issues. No, Brian said firmly. It is the core business issue. Filed, approved, and completely binding. Kevin Morrison finally spoke up again. Has this provision ever actually been used before? Once, I said. The whole room went quiet. You could practically hear people breathing. It didn't end well for the company involved, I added. Rebecca stood up fast. We're taking a brief recess right now. Chairs started pushing back. People broke into small conversations, but nobody would look me in the eye as they filed out toward the hallway. That little red light on the camera kept blinking, steady and indifferent to all the drama. I stepped out into the hallway and pulled out my phone. Look, when you're in the military, you learn that some decisions can't wait for committees and meetings. Sometimes you have to act fast to protect the people counting on you. I dialed one number. No hesitation. Patterson here. I need you to activate the withdrawal protocol, I said when the line connected. Effective immediately. There was a pause on the other end, just long enough to make sure this wasn't some mistake. Full amount, Ryan? Full amount. All $1.2 billion. Reason code is conduct violation during fiduciary review. We've got complete documentation through the recorded proceedings. Understood completely. We'll execute the withdrawal sequence within the hour. The line went dead. 23 years of managing these pension fund relationships meant I didn't need to second-guess the process. When you tell people you're going to do something, you do it. When I turned around to head back to the conference room, Kevin Morrison was standing near the doorway. He looked uncomfortable now, way less sure of himself than when this whole thing started. Look, this doesn't have to escalate any further, he said. It already has escalated, I replied. His jaw tightened up. You could have clarified your authority earlier in the meeting. I tried to shake hands with your chairwoman. In my world, that should have been enough. That's not what I meant. I know exactly what you meant. He stepped aside to let me walk past. Inside the conference room, everything was getting reset. Chairs pulled back into place, water glasses refilled, voices trying to sound calm and professional again. Rebecca looked up as I took my seat. We'll resume in just 1 minute. I put my phone face down on the table. That challenge coin stayed exactly where I'd placed it earlier. The big screen lit up again with all those projections and timelines, still assuming the money was sitting there waiting for them to use it. I folded my hands and waited. You know what's funny? Some decisions make a lot of noise when they hit. Others just take effect quietly, and then everyone else has to deal with the consequences. The first phone started buzzing somewhere near the center of the table. Nobody reacted at first. Then another one went off. And another. Pretty soon it was like this low, uneven chorus of alerts spreading across that fancy wooden table. Rebecca's practiced smile started falling apart. Can we please silence all devices? Mark Thompson was already staring at his screen. I watched the color drain out of his face in stages, like each line he read was taking something essential away from him. "Hold on a second," he said, voice getting tight. Kevin Morrison leaned toward him. "What's wrong?" Mark didn't answer right away. He kept swiping at his phone, then pushed his chair back like putting distance between himself and the screen might somehow help. "That can't be right," someone else said. Rebecca turned around fast. "What can't be right?" Mark looked up at her with this expression like he'd just watched his house burn down. "The pension fund commitments have been withdrawn." You could feel this ripple move through the room. Not laughter this time, more like when you're standing on a ship and you feel it start to list. Chairs shifted. Someone dropped their pen on the floor. "That's impossible," Rebecca said. "We're in the middle of active negotiations." "It's effective immediately," Mark replied, his voice getting tighter. "Complete withdrawal." "How much?" Jordan Davis asked. "All of it. The entire $1.2 billion commitment." Nobody said anything for a long moment. You could have heard a pin drop. "That's not how business transactions work," Rebecca said, but her voice had changed. "We have signed frameworks and agreements." "We had frameworks," Mark corrected her. "The official confirmation came through 8 minutes ago." Kevin Morrison stared at me. "Did you actually do this?" I met his eyes straight on. "Yes, I did." He swallowed hard. "You can't just pull that kind of capital in the middle of a deal." "I can," I said, "and I just did." Rebecca stood up again, fast. "This meeting is suspended immediately." "No," Mark said quietly from his seat. "It's not." She whipped around to face him. "Excuse me?" "If we suspend this meeting right now," he explained, "we trigger immediate disclosure requirements. The markets are going to see this before we can control the narrative." The phones kept going off. More alerts, more messages arriving faster than anyone could possibly read them. Brian Walsh said quietly, "The cameras are still recording everything." Nobody was laughing now. Those projections on the big screen hadn't changed, still frozen in a future that no longer existed. I kept my hands folded and waited while the whole room caught up to the decision I'd already made. Captain Rodriguez always used to say that respect isn't something you negotiate after the fact. You either get it up front or you make sure people understand the cost of withholding it. Today, Rebecca Coleman learned what that cost looks like. Rebecca broke the silence first. "This is completely unacceptable," she said, standing up again. "You will reverse this decision right now." I didn't move from my chair. "There's nothing to reverse. You don't get to make that decision," she snapped. "This board does." Mark Thompson shook his head slowly. "The withdrawal is already executed, confirmed and cleared through all channels." Her voice got sharper. "On what legal grounds?" I slid my folder toward the center of the table. "Conduct violation during fiduciary negotiations. Documented reputational harm to the fund's standing." "That clause was never meant to be used as some kind of weapon," she said. "It was meant to be enforced when necessary," I replied. Jordan Davis leaned forward, looking nervous. "Is there actual documentation of misconduct?" I glanced up at that little red light still blinking in the corner. "This entire meeting has been recorded and live-streamed." Kevin Morrison looked toward the camera, then back at Rebecca. "The whole thing was broadcast. That can be contextualized," Rebecca said quickly. "People say things in meetings. It doesn't automatically mean anything. It means exactly what it shows," Amanda Roberts said quietly. Rebecca whipped around to face her. "You're siding with him now? I'm protecting what's left of this company," Amanda replied. "There's a difference." Rebecca's gaze moved around the table, looking for support. She wasn't finding much. Scott Williams said quietly, "You refused to shake his hand in front of cameras. That's going to be a problem." "He embarrassed himself," Rebecca shot back. "No," Brian Walsh said. "You documented yourself dismissing the person who controls $1.2 billion in pension funds." Rebecca's face was getting red now. "We can renegotiate this whole thing." I stood up then, slow and deliberate. "This isn't a negotiation. It's a consequence. You think this makes you some kind of hero," she said, "walking in here with your military coin and your threats." "I walked in here with authority and respect for the process," I replied. "You chose not to recognize either one." She opened her mouth like she wanted to say something else, then closed it again. Around the table, people were already gathering their papers, speaking in lower voices, distancing themselves from the moment. I picked up my folder and that challenge coin. "You can't just undo this," Rebecca said, but her voice had lost its edge. And for the first time since I'd walked into that room, she understood that I was absolutely right. The first call came before I even got back to my hotel. Some reporter wanting a statement. "Just one quick comment," she said. "I'm not commenting on anything," I replied and hung up. By the time I reached the lobby, my phone was buzzing nonstop. Analysts, other fund managers, a junior associate who just texted, "They're talking about this everywhere, the video's going viral." There was a television above the hotel bar. I could see the headline crawling across the bottom of the screen while two talking heads argued about it. This wasn't just a market fluctuation, one of them was saying. This was a governance failure caught on camera. "You can't dismiss basic professional courtesy anymore," the other one replied. "The footage speaks for itself." I took the elevator upstairs and finally checked my messages. Subject lines stacked up like evidence. Emergency board meeting scheduled. Liquidity review underway. Chairwoman placed on administrative leave. Another message came through. This one from Brian Walsh. "They're calling it a textbook case study already. Business schools are going to teach this." I set the phone down. An hour later, it rang again. Kevin Morrison this time. "They're questioning my appointment," he said, sounding stressed. "The board wants distance from this whole mess." "That happens when leadership fails," I said. "You could clear this up publicly. Set the record straight." "I could," I agreed. "But I won't." Long pause on his end. "They're saying the fund withdrawal triggered everything that happened today. It revealed what was already there," I replied. Another call was coming through. I ended the line with Kevin. Later that evening, a message arrived from the board's legal team. "We acknowledge your position regarding the withdrawal. No further action will be pursued." I deleted it. By the next morning, the story had found its shape, and nobody could change it. Rebecca Coleman was out. Kevin Morrison's CEO appointment was on hold indefinitely. The whole deal had collapsed, and everyone knew why. That afternoon, I got a call from my old commanding officer, Captain Rodriguez. He'd seen the news coverage. "Patterson," he said, "you remember what I told you about respect?" "Yes, sir. You demonstrate it through your actions, and you demand it through your standards. And the moment you let someone treat you like you don't matter, you've told them they're right. Outstanding. Those teachers and cops you represent are lucky to have someone watching their backs." After he hung up, I walked down to the hotel business center and started drafting new fund guidelines. Conduct standards, respect protocols, immediate withdrawal provisions for documented unprofessional behavior. No warnings, no second chances. A week later, I launched a new investment fund specifically for public sector pension systems. We had more applications than we could handle. Turns out a lot of working people want their retirement money managed by someone who will stand up for basic dignity. I keep that challenge coin on my desk now. Sometimes potential clients ask about it. I tell them it reminds me that respect isn't something you negotiate. It's something you earn through your actions and protect through your standards. Rebecca Coleman learned that some handshakes cost more than you can afford to refuse. And 50,000 teachers, police officers, and firefighters kept their retirement security because someone finally held the line on what professional courtesy actually means. The lesson I carry forward is simple. Power doesn't announce itself with fancy titles or corner offices. It shows itself through choices made calmly when principles are on the line. That's a lesson worth $1.2 billion, because at the end of the day, you can lose money and make it back. But lose your dignity, and you've lost everything that actually matters. Remember that the next time someone refuses to shake your hand,